How is our idea of complex human nature deepened? Do we understand human nature and instinct? No. Nobody can fully understand human nature because human nature isn't something that you can learn. It's not universal. Essentially, human nature is a part of all of our identities, yours and mine. Our nature is what makes up us, and how we react to situations that either build us or tear us down. That's where our emotions come in. You see, we don't all have the same personality or emotion just because that part of our nature is immensely abstract and complex. Some people cry more often than others, or others are happy. It's just natural to them to do what they do. Some people are more naturally inclined to flee in the fight or flight instinct. A good example is the short story Bluff. The main character, Gabriella, is on a hike with her boyfriend, Liam. While they're there, she encounters a bear and stops dead in her tracks. Liam wanders behind her into the situation and tells her to stay still. He then runs off and leaves Gabriella to the bear, not knowing that the bear is actually going to go after him. Later in the hospital, he tells Gabriella a lie that he was running from the bear so it would go after him, not her. Liam's character is naturally more cowardly and unreliable. It's his nature which does vary from person to person, though. Gabriella's nature is not to speak up because she's more of a shy character. Her state of denial forces her to believe that Liam's nature is that he is the hero when he's actually a coward, even though she still knows it. Again, to Liam, it's just in his nature. But getting to a little more narrow down to this emotion talk, what about depression and sadness? Why are people upset? Now, I don't mean to explain that people would have died and they're sad type stuff. I mean, why do people get upset over these things? Why is it that there are more sentimental people out there, and why can people get sad over different things? Well, many times a person has too little in their life. They've lost homes, families, or the person has too much and feels like they don't have a purpose anymore. The short story Mirror Image is an example of both types of those depressions. The character Alice has a brain transplant and is now in the body of another person, but the issue is that she now has both types of depression because she's both nothing and everything. She lost her original body and her connection with her sister and other family members, and now she has a whole entire life to live all over again, which seems like a lot considering you're only supposed to live once. Therefore, she has a whole different life to live now, but she doesn't know how to live it. Her human nature is that she has a connection with her sister and that she lives her life, but that isn't true for anything anymore. What I mean is, she's naturally used to being connected with her sister and had only planned for one life, not two. So, she lost what she had and gained too much. So she has to develop a completely new nature of having no connection with her sister and having a completely extra lifetime to live when she has memories of her old one. You see, human nature is about how people react to certain situations and knowing why they reacted that way. People can be naturally more used to things than other people aren't. Like how people have spent most of their life happy and then they become more depressed when something bad happens because they react in a way that they're not naturally used to. What you have to understand is human nature isn't something that you can just read off the top and know what it is. You have to evaluate it, the circumstances, and the personality in order to understand that individual person. That's why friends and family know you better than anyone else. They know your human nature.